What do you think like has been, because I feel like there's been a lot of artists who are kind of from your era that maybe went like a little underappreciated, maybe a little under the radar, maybe feel the same way you feel. What would you attribute that to?
Well, I think it's a mix, right? Like regardless of like the fact that the Latin shit is huge now.
Right.
When I entered the space, I was a brand new artist, a brand new idea. Like all the Latino artists in the past historically have been like very like more gangsta, more street. Like
You were like kind of like late blog era as well.
Yeah, I missed like the blog era where everybody was popping.
peak, yeah.
So I think it was a mix of like the labels not knowing what box to put me in. Right. And then kind of like catching the tail end of the blog era and not really like wanting to like transition to the streaming era. Like we kind of fought it a little bit.
Right.
We're like, why am I giving records away for free? You know? And then you know, I had like some personal shit, like I was with Violator for a little bit, and like when Chris Lighty passed, it fucked me up a little bit.
Right. Fucked a lot of people up for sure.
Exactly. So rest in peace to Chris, and you know, I had to get my shit together. I wasn't ready emotionally to do a lot of the things that I'm like feel like I'm ready for now. Like one thing they don't tell you about in music is like, yeah, you could be talented, you can make records, but if your mindset isn't right, you're not gonna. I feel like you're just not gonna be given those opportunities. You know, like,
or maybe you're not ready for them.
Exactly.
Or you can't even recognize that they're there
to activate them.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, because like at that time, you know, I had A-list artists calling me and shit and like trying to insert me into situations that they were developing, and I didn't even really know at the time like how to capitalize on those opportunities.
Who was trying to sign you? I forget who it was. There was some talk about you signing with somebody.
We went to we were talking with Rose. I
was gonna say I thought it was MMG. Yeah, it was.
There
MMG,
was a couple
right?
other ones that weren't like publicized. I just keep it private.
I remember the MMG one.
Yeah,
that's the one I'm thinking of. How far did that get down the line? Because he was trying to sign a lot. He was trying to sign you, Nipsey, fucking Dom Kennedy.
Yep. I mean, Rose. I think he was in the middle of changing labels from like Warner to Def Jam.
Yeah. It was Warner. Yeah, well, it was Warner to Atlantic.
Oh, okay, Warner to Atlantic.
Yeah, because that was when MMG originally was on Warner, and then there was a big, I don't know what happened, but then everything from MMG ended up on Atlantic.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we weren't organized on my end. You know, when I had like the spotlight at that moment, it was accidental. It wasn't deliberate. Like I had done a record with like Big Crit and Laws, and
I remember that. Shout out to Laws from Tampa.
Big shouts.
What happened to Laws?
I think another one got caught up. Laws, I think the team he was working with took the joy out of the creative process.
Wasn't he working with Justice League?
I can't say names definitively.
So you're saying the Justice League took the creative process out of... I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, Rook, I love Rook and I love the Justice League. They're some of my favorite producers of all time. But I think, you know, when you deal with certain people...
They haven't popped an artist off. Let's be honest. They're fucking incredible. But, I mean, they also signed the homie from Tampa. What was the kid's name? Prime, nice kid from Tampa. I mean, I lived in Tampa, and Justice League's fucking legendary.
They're some of my favorite producers of all time.
I mean, they have like the best Rick Ross songs of all time.
Ever.
Yeah. But like outside of the Rick Ross stuff,
I think they gave him his sound, you know?
They gave him his sound.
A real
and I really wish that
production.
I wish they did more shit. Like maybe they are and I'm just not hip to it, you know, but I'll say this. Laws was fire.
Laws is super talented.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was like the label side of things. I don't know where, but somewhere along the line he lost the love for.
Because he was hard, man.
I think he's dropping records again now though, but I think that's why he stepped back.
We should reach out there. La Rock, let's reach out to Laws. Let's bring Tampa's finest up here.
Big shouts to Laws. I fuck with Laws heavy. Good dude.
That was kind of, he was kind of like late blog era guy too. You guys are kind of the same kind of, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. So you did the record with Laws and Crit.
Yeah, and it just like, the way I came off on the record put a lot of attention on me that I wasn't ready for. Like, I didn't even have fucking records done.
Right.
So it was like we were in a situation where I was like, as you know, right, you got to have shit ready to go.
For sure.
Immediately. And we were just chasing our tail.
Yeah.
So I had to step back, pause, build up like a folder, a hard drive, hundreds of records, videos, all that shit, and just get ready to execute.
So when did you like meet face to face with Ross about the whole shit?
Yeah, we flew out. I flew out to Oakland one time with him. I was in Philly with him one time.
Was Meek Mill there in Philly?
I don't think so.
Nice.
I think they were on tour with Lil Wayne at the time.
There's a few artists on MMG. Like I loved Pill. Shout out my guy P.I.L.L.
Pill was super dope too. He's super dope.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. He was so fire though. Well, I kind of know what happened, but shout out to Pill. He's a great guy. Sometimes your demons get the best of you. That's what I'll say.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Pill was a beast, man. But yeah, that I feel like you were part of like a dope class of rappers. I just feel like sometimes, man, like at the end of the day, man, like you said, sometimes you're not ready. Sometimes
I had to be humble too. I was a dick, bro.
99% of this shit too is luck. Like people think that like it's hard work. You got to be ready to be persevere through all kinds of fuck shit, and you also got to catch a break.
Yep, and that's the thing, right? I think when you're talented, I think you can create opportunities by being consistent.
Right.
But if you're not consistent and those opportunities come, it fucks you.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, like, I was a cocky little prick, bro.
Yeah, you were a little cocky.
Yeah,
you're always cool with me, but I felt that for sure.
Yeah, I had to be humble.
You had rapper syndrome.
Yep.
That happens all with a lot of guys.
Yep, I had to be humbled. And I feel like, you know, some people never got humbled and they just accelerated, you know, popped off. But
By the way,
to be humbled.
What you just did looked like the Hitler salute. We're going to point out
Oh,
that's
shit.
not what he did.
That's not what I did.
He said.
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, so what would you say humbled you?
Life, bro. Like having situations that I was planning on not pan out.
Yeah.
You know? And like I was with a team of talented individuals and we weren't necessarily always seeing eye to eye. And when things, you know, when shit that you're planning on happening doesn't happen and it happens repeatedly, you start to realize like, all right, maybe I'm the problem.
Right.
You know, so I had to look internally and like really examine my behavior, my level of preparation for certain things. Like, you know, when you come to an interview, you got to make sure you have your bars ready. And like, you know, it was different then. It's like, pfft,
I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, now I'm like, you know what? Like, this is a spot that a lot of people would kill to be in, even the spot that I'm in now.
Yeah, for sure.
So I can't take that for granted, and I can't act like it's owed to me. I can't act like any relationship is owed to me or any interaction is owed to me. And
That's
I have to treat
real.
people with respect. Yeah.
Most people really need to walk that way, man.
Yep. A lot of people don't, and it's catching up to a lot of people.
It is, and then they end up like, oh shit, and by then all their fucking relationships are burnt to the ground, bro.